Today we'll talk about 7 key elements while designing a home theatre. Hi, I'm Gajendra from Rakhiwala and I'm your AV consultant. So let's get into the topic. Number 1. For designing your home theatre, first thing is to know your room. I mean, when I say know your room, you should exactly know what's your length, breadth, height, entrances, doors, windows, the amount of reverberation in the room. That gives us a very clear indication on deciding all the other stuff. So knowing your room is very important. Second, choosing your speakers. So speakers are one of the most important elements in giving you an overall experience. So choosing a speaker is a very crucial thing. And to give you a brief about choosing the speakers, you need to understand 3-4 things. So first, your speakers look at distance. So if your room is say about 18 feet, 20 feet or about 40 feet. So depending on the length of your room, speakers characteristics would change. You'll have to decide as your room goes bigger and bigger, your speaker has to go bigger and bigger, your drive has to be bigger, your tweeters probably you might have to go for a compression driver or a ribbon tweeter. And as your room is smaller, you have to choose your speakers wisely. Choosing of subwoofers. Let me give you a hypothetical situation where we have 2 rooms. One room being about 12 feet by 18 feet with a 10 feet or say 9 feet of height, and another room with same 12 feet by 18 feet but the ceiling height being 12 feet. So now if you see, the speaker configuration remains the same, but the subwoofer changes because subwoofer not only looks at length and breadth but also looks at height. So that's the volume. With a smaller height, or I would say lesser volume, your subwoofer has to be of a smaller capacity. And as your volume increases, your subwoofer has to be bigger in size. Having 2 subwoofers are always better compared to 1. Third, choosing the electronics. As the wise men have always told that your experience will always be good when you use a very good electronics or a very good amplifier when connected to an average speaker compared to having a very good speaker with an average electronics. So your electronics is way too important. While choosing the electronics, power is of course one of the important parameters to be considered, but you will also have to consider that your amplifier should be able to give you tools to calibrate your room. Something like the latest ones which are Dirac. So if your amplifier has a Dirac inbuilt, nothing like it. Fourth, choosing your display. Now we've understood the speaker placement, we've understood the amplifier placement. Now is where important is you choose your display wisely. So whether you want a TV or a projector. If you're going for a projector, and then it could be a full HD, 4K upscaling, native 4K, laser projector, DLP, 3 LCD, and then there are a lot of varieties. The 2 most important thing what you have to really focus on immediately is number 1, the brightness of the projector. So that decides, say if you have a living hall, the brightness or you say the lumens have to be much higher compared to a controlled environment or a dedicated room where the lightings are at your control or be pretty darker. So there your contrast, much higher contrast ratio is very important, and brightness takes the second space. Seating. So now you know the room, you know the entrances, you know your placement of the speaker. I would always advise your speakers to your seating position should have at least 1.5 feet of gap. So that you get that immersive experience. So depending on what you've chosen, please choose your seating wisely. It could be a nice Italian couch where your complete family can sit together. You can have a soothing recliner or any form of seating. But 2 things what matters is 1, spacing. You should have enough spacing between the seats. Number 2, your viewing angle or viewing comfort has to be taken priority. Number 6, invest on accessories. When I would say invest on accessories, it's very important to have a very good quality of speaker cables, HDMI cables, because at the end of the day, these things which are gonna transfer your signal from source to your display and so on. So you cannot have average or a low quality, low priced accessories. It would be like you cannot drive an Audi with an Alto engine. So your investment on accessories has to be very good. Give little more time in understanding it. The seventh and most important thing, once your complete room is done, where you've placed your seats, you've placed your speakers, everything is up and running, there is where you'll require room calibration. So with the latest D-Rack, you can do that very easily. You'll have to just understand the room parameters, it will recorrect it and give you the best experience. Advantages of calibration: 1. Your face response becomes right. Second, instead of hearing the sound individually from different speakers, you get one single image. You get one single image which improves your entire experience. Third, it will balance out the things which your room is lacking and give you an immersive experience. And on top of this, again, another 3 key important things is, while doing your room, please make sure to do the lighting properly. Number 2, if at all you have your curtains, think about your curtain motors wisely. And third, if you're going for automation, because there are a lot of options, so choose them wisely.